Hello, good afternoon, my darlings. It is Saturday, the 31st of May. It's been a hot minute since I've been able to sit down and chat with you about books. Oh, yes, a book review. I have forgotten what it feels like to do it, but here I am doing my best. Today I bring you Scuttle by Barnaby Walter. Dare I say, this horror, and it is a horror, it is terrifying, is the shot in the arm that the industry needed for a very long time. It's absolutely unique. I absolutely love it. This young gentleman, Barnaby Walter, has got a fantastic future in front of him. Dare I say, the new James Herbert. Yeah, he's that good. I was pleasantly surprised. It's been on my TBR for a very long time, since it came out last Halloween. Yeah, fabulous. It is written as YA fiction, but I loved it. And I'm, speaking as an older reader, there were references in here, proper beautiful Easter eggs of a nod back to a time that I grew up in the 1980s, and also a homage to H.G. Wells. That's how good this book, Scuttle, is. It's amazing. I'll tell you a little bit about Barnaby, because he's new. He's very new, and I'm excited by him. I have not felt excited for a very long time. And oh my goodness me, how shall I put it? You know that scene in When Harry Met Sally, when Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal are in the diner, and Meg Ryan's going, yes, 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 I'll have what she's having. Get it. TBR, do not forget, summer read, even better, Halloween. Oh my giddy antis. The Meg Ryan experience. Yes, yes, yes. That is what you're going to get with this. It's so good. He's, as I say, he's not been writing, I suppose, for very long. Let me tell you a little bit about him. B.P. Walter was born and raised in Essex. After spending his childhood and teenage years reading compulsively, he worked in bookshops, then went to the University of Southampton to study film and English, followed by an MA in film and cultural management. He is an alumni, God, I will get that word right, of Faber Academy, and currently works in social media coordination for Waterstones in London. And it won't be long, Barnaby, my darling, before you're writing and you're going to be very famous indeed. This book, Scuttle, came out in 2024, 2024, right, by HarperCollins Publishers, right? And this one is by One More Chapter. Right, One More Chapter. And I just want to say a very nice touch, but thank you for signing it for me, Barnaby. I feel honoured that I have your book that you've signed for me. Like I said, you have great promise. This is a fantastically gory book about giant spiders going on the rampage in Northumbria. I know. I'll read you the blurb. For a group of teenagers, a night away from home in a secluded woodland with no phone signal is a perfect way to spend Halloween. But when their camping trip goes wrong and a girl ends up dead with what looks like animal wounds, the whole neighbourhood is shocked. How did it happen? And more importantly, what was it that killed her? Your worst nightmare is closer than you think. If they don't make a film out of this, I'll be amazed. Barnaby, be careful who you sell the rights to. Steven Spielberg. Right? Make sure it's him. He's usually known for writing thrillers. A Version of the Truth, Hold Your Breath, The Dinner Guest, Woman on the Pier, The Locked Attic, Notes on a Murder, The Garden Party. But this, my darling, is your first foray into horror. And oh my goodness, you suit this. You suit horror, sir. You must do more. I want more yes, yes, yes moments. I certainly do. Forwards. I'm saying I'm an insect who dreamt he was a man and loved it. But now the dream is over and the insect is awake. I'm saying I'll hurt you if you stay. The Fly, 1986, I was 10 years old. The screenplay by Charles Edward Progue and David Cronenberg. I heard one cry in the night, and I heard one laugh afterwards. If I cannot forget that, I shall not be able to sleep again. Ghost Stories of Antiquary. I'll never get that word. Antiques. M.R. James. The actual prologue. I've got to read you this. If this does not set you up, I don't know what will. I dragged the body through the darkness, kept it close. Leaves, blood, screams. It's screaming! It's screaming! It's waking up! Wrap it tight. Wrap it tight. Bind it tight. It mustn't escape. Mustn't escape. Must bind it. Wrap it. Bind it tight. Part of my mind could make out the shouts, the shrieks in the night, getting nearer, but my thoughts were far from clear. There was a quaking in me, an energy pushing me on, pushing me to do terrible things, things that would otherwise sicken me. It's moving, it's moving, mustn't escape, it mustn't escape. Tie it up, bite it. I register another shout without understanding what it meant. It was like I both heard and felt it, like the sounds were vibrations could pick up on, decode, without having to hear the words. I couldn't think about things clearly, even though I tried to hold on to the thoughts I knew that belonged to me, to the proper me, the part of me that knew what I was doing. Feed, 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 feed. We're dealing with a young man. His name is Hudson. Hudson is a normal teenage boy. His mum and dad had a drunken night many years ago, and he was the result of the night. His mother is a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, and she lives in Texas. And his dad is gay. He's very married. I'll find. His dad is married to Matthias. Matthias is his father's younger husband. And they've only been married a few years. And Hudson's dad decided that after he'd lost lots and lots of money on a business venture that went very wrong, that he'd relocate and go to Northumberland. And it set up a new home, and Hudson could go to a new school and make new friends, and that they would financially survive. And he met his husband, Matthias, in Newcastle, and his husband's an artist. And his dad, Hudson's dad, is a lecturer at university. And everything was absolutely fine. Everyone was happy. Hudson's a typical teenage boy. He's a little rambunctious. He's a little rude. Sometimes he doesn't engage his brain before he opens his mouth. All teenagers do it. Yeah, they certainly do. And everything is going fine until the night of the Halloween party. Yeah, they end up in the woods. I'm going to tell you the name of the woods in a minute. I can't remember it. Oh, God, I only just read it as well. I want to call it Barrett Woods or Barrett Forest. Yeah. Anyway, they end up in the woods and they're having a great time. And Hudson thinks he's getting it on with Kirsten, a lovely young lady. And he thinks that's who he's talking to in the tent. And they have a good time. I don't have to spell that out. And he finds out that his best friend Kenny had tricked him into it not being Kirsten, but it had been his girlfriend Charlene. And that's when things go very, very wrong, because it's Hudson's first time. And he's mortified and he's really, really upset. And that is when everything goes very, very wrong. And everyone at that point starts running around screaming, especially Charlene, who is the young girl who ends up dead at the Halloween party. And when Hudson and Kirsten find her, I'm hoping I have got the name right, Kirsten. Yeah, it's Kirsten. Yeah, I've got the right name. When Hudson and Kirsten find Charlene, she is in a giant web hanging upside down and profusely bleeding from a hole in her body. And there's blood absolutely everywhere. And Kirsten's absolutely, completely freaking out because it's dark. They're in a wood and there's a wild animal on the loose and it's killed Charlene. And are they next? And all she can do is scream and say, we've got to get back to Kenny's house because Kenny's house backs onto the woods and we've got to phone the police. So that is what happens. And the police obviously get involved and they find Charlene's body, and everybody gives a statement to the police. And this is where things start going very, very wrong. And it's the turmoil of the death of the young girl and what was it that killed her. And all Kenny can tell the police is it was a giant spider, a giant man-eating spider. It tore through the woods, it grabbed Charlene, it ran off with her, it killed her, it started to eat her, it left her in a giant web, and the police are looking and saying, has anybody taken any drugs? And they're like, no, we've not touched the stuff. We've hardly been drinking. We've just gone camping. It's Halloween. We thought we'd tell some spooky stories and then, everything would be all right. But no, this ginormous man-eating spider came out of nowhere, grabbed Charlene and off it ran with her. It galloped off through the forest with her, with Charlene screaming all the way. And the police are like, okay, we've got to look out for this then, right? Yeah. And when they're looking at the body and they see the puncture wounds, it's like, there's no way that a human's done that. It's got to. So they're absolutely wigged out at this point that there's a giant man-eating spider roaming around the woods as well. And no one's allowed into the woods at all, right? And that's just the start of it. As we go further into the book, and I'm trying to do this without too many spoilers for you because I really want you to read this, you start to work out who the spider is. And I'm going to be really good here and I'm not going to give any spoilers, right? Because you knew about that from the blurb on the back about the death of Charlene. Now, this is the ultimate fallout from what happens to Hudson and all of his friends while the giant spider is roaming around Northumbria. All right? And it doesn't just stop in Northumbria. We go all the way to Texas to unravel the riddle of what the spider is. All right? And it's so creepy. It's, oh. And when you realise, and the only clue I'm going to give you is the chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, they said. A direct reference to the master of horror and science fiction, H.G. Wells. Yeah. What is about to happen to the world? It's apocalyptic horror at its finest. If you ever wondered what an invasion would look like, look no further than this book. It is fantastic. What's the one thing you fear? Spiders, right? We're all afraid of spiders. Well, I would say a good 90% of the population of the world is terrified of spiders. And if you were going to terrify a species, if you were going to terrify the world, how would you do it? You have to read this book. It's absolutely fantastic. Its attention to detail is second to none. This guy, Barnaby, he needs to do more horror. It suits him. It really does. And the way that the spider attacks, the way it does its animal attacks, is gruesome and gory. It's glorious. It's everything you want in an animal attack novel, and everything that you need with the sense of dread. You know, when you're walking in the dark and you feel as though somebody is watching you. That's what this book is, right? It tears your soul out. And what has been sent to kill us, because it's apocalyptic horror, and the ending, wow, I did not see that coming. I did not see it coming. And it's clever in its way that it tries to harness our humanity with the horror, the body horror of outer space and malevolent beings. And it meshes it together so well. I loved it. It was just fantastic. It's written for Halloween. I was going to save it for Halloween, but I couldn't wait to tell you about it because I want you to read this for Halloween. If not, have your Halloween now, like I did. And honestly, I have been waiting and waiting to read this book. And it just so happens that I got a copy, Barnaby, and no, it's not from him. I bought it from World of Books. And I just want you to say, no way am I affiliated. I wish I was affiliated with Barnaby. Good grief. I mean, I'm going to worship the guy. He's amazing. He's absolutely fantastic. And he's a British horror writer. And he's the shot in the arm that the horror industry has needed for a heck of a long time. It really is the creepiest book I have read in some time, and it gave me back joy, happiness, joy, excitement, the Meg Ryan moment. Yes, yes, yes. Everything. I'm telling you, you've got to get this book. You must read it. Get it on Kindle, buy it from World of Books. It's cheap enough. Crikey, I spent less than a tenner on it. I really did. And money well spent. It really was. And to know that it was signed as well. Barnaby, you've done a blinder on that one, son. This is going to be a collector's item. In a few years' time, when we get another collection like Grady Hendrix did of the paperbacks from hell, when I'm an old lady, older than I am now, this will be in the paperbacks from hell. It's just so different. It's brilliant. It's how horror was back in the day, 1970s, 1980s. It's written to that level of quality. And like I said, the animal attacks and the horror and Hudson and the mystery of the spider and his dad and his mom and Matthias, Hudson's dad's husband, and his friends in the United Kingdom, Hudson's friends at school in the United Kingdom, and his friends out in Texas. They're all inextricably linked together, and all of them will quake in fear at what is coming to planet Earth. Oh my goodness me. Take some time, sit down and read this little darling book. It really is a very quick read. There are 366 pages. It's not a long book, and that's the kind of level of writing. Yeah, big print. It's so scary. Pure nightmare fuel. If you are frightened of spiders and you love a gory, scary horror and an animal attack and aliens and a homage to H.G. Wells and lots of little Easter eggs harking back to the 1980s horror scene and slasher serial killers, this is the book for you. It's just fantastic, and I'm doing this without giving you any spoilers because I don't want to, because it's so good. It really is. You are going to absolutely love Scuttle. It's fun, it's freaky, it's scary, and it's beastly. 10 out of 10. Oh yeah. It makes Peter Parker look like a wimp. And yeah, that's Spider-Man. So who or what? And where did you come from, Spider? And where did you go? Watch out, because you might be on the menu next. Happy readings, darlings, and enjoy. And if you like what I've done, you can give me a thumbs up. And if you really like what I've done, you can always give me a follow and come back and tell me, what did you think of Scuttle? Did you have your Meg Ryan moment too? Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.